I put this fabric in the window while I took a nap, and it totally looks like a woman wrapped up in a blanket looking out the window. Isn't that creepy? I just walked in here from eating lunch, and that's what it looks like. It looks like there's somebody sitting on my windowsill with a blanket wrapped around them, wearing a hood. Like, I'm almost like creeped out walking over here. Like, I feel like there's gonna be a face, but it's like just a piece of fabric. So I'm gonna move it. I put it there to like block out this little thing. I don't know why, but it did significantly help during the nap taking. Okay, my hair looks really like fluffy, but we're just gonna roll with it. I have not vlogged like at all today. And basically we were gonna go on a road trip today, but my mom's been staying up late. My little sister left for a trip and she had to be up at like 4:30 and like leave at 5:30 to be on the bus at the right time. So she was like, you know, being a great mom and making sure that her daughter was like on time. So she was really tired and my mom was gonna drive. She's like, okay, I don't think we can leave this early. It was just gonna be a day trip. And then we ultimately just kind of decided not to go. She was like, let me sleep in, let me see what happens, and then we'll like kind of make a decision. I was already up and showered when she said that, which was like fine, because I got up and as I was showering, I was like, I don't know if I am up for this. Like, it was gonna be a long day. We would probably just barely be getting home now, and it's 11 at night. Maybe later, kind of depends on traffic and stuff. And so it's like kind of okay with not going. But we might go up tomorrow to, I don't know. She hasn't really said anything, so we'll see. But so yeah, basically after that I stayed up, I uploaded yesterday's vlog, and then I like collapsed. I just like fell asleep. Slept for like an hour and a half, woke up to a phone call. I feel like my dad called me for something. Oh, he wanted to know if I wanted Jimmy John's, which I said no, thank you to. Fun fact, I'm not a fan of Jimmy John's. Don't really know. Don't really like it. I think it's the fact that like you can't easily customize the sandwiches, and when you do, they get mad. I don't know. And every time I've had Jimmy John's, I always manage to put mayo on it, even though I say no mayo. And I can't do it. Can't do it. Don't like eggs. Weird. And I had the weirdest dream, and I don't know if I will be able to like do it justice, but basically we renovated where we live in, like not last summer but the summer before it, so like everything in it is like a year and a half old. Not everything, but a lot of things are like new, freshly painted, things like that. The dining room table is mine, and the couches are mine. Actually, they were given to me, but they're mine. And so like that's like the furnishing that I've attributed to the apartment and whatever. And it's so like such a weird dream. But Arizona, my roommate, her stepmom was in the dream, and her stepmom has a twin sister, I believe. I don't know, but they're like both there in the dream, even though I've only met her stepmom and not her stepmom's twin. And, like, the person who was playing her stepmom in my dream was like not her. It was somebody I met very recently who was like very rude to me, and I'm probably never gonna see them again in my life. But I like came back to my apartment after break, and they were like ripping our kitchen apart, and I was like, these cabinets are new, like they don't need to be replaced. And they're like, oh sweetie, yes they do, we need to get them new ones because we want to stain them brown. And I was like, well, I think maybe you should ask our landlord about that because we're renting this place. And they're like, you don't know anything, it's okay. And I was like, I don't think it is. And then later they were like placing new countertops on it, like checking the color and stuff, and I'd painted the kitchen, and I was like, okay. And these countertops look like almost the same as the ones we have, and they're like, yeah, this looks so much better. And I was like, I think you really need to replace these countertops. And they're like, yes we do, sweetie. And so they were like ripping apart my kitchen, And then I walked into the living room, and the living room was painted, and I didn't like it. And they'd like painted our wood paneling. And I was like, what? And all my furniture was gone. And I was like, where's my furniture? And they're like, oh, we got rid of that crap. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, we had to kind of like break it apart so we could get it out the door. And I'm like, you couldn't just take it apart? And they're like, no, we had to saw it in half, like my couches and my table. And I was like, what? You know, because this is a dream. And they had like all new furniture, which like didn't really fit the space, and it just seemed really weird. And I was angry, and I started screaming at them, like high-pitched yelling, screaming. Like in my dream, I remember being like, I don't even care about my vocal cords right now. I am furious. Like, I never scream and I don't yell. And I was very careful when I was a cheerleader for cheerleading, because I'm a singer, and I was just going ham at these two ladies, and being like, I sanded down these cupboards all summer so that we could paint them white, and like blah blah blah, and I have all these memories, and I'm never gonna get them back if you ruin my apartment. And then I like ran into my bedroom and I was like crying. And then when I came out, like Arizona and Cody were there, my roommates, and then so was Jake and my dad. And also my friends Abigail or Abby and her boyfriend Kayland, and I'm friends with him too. But and I was just like, what is going on? And I was like still yelling at them, still angry, and they kept being like, oh sweetie, you don't know what's going on. And I was like looking at people for backup. And then finally I was like, okay, like I calmed down and I tried to apologize to them, and they're like, no. And then they left, and I was like back to my bedroom and was crying, and Jake was comforting me. And when I came out, Abby and Kayland and my dad had like attempted to paint the living room purple to like appease me or like try to make it better or something, because I like purple. And I was just crying. And this is the part that is so strange, because I have no idea where this would have come from. Because like I like redecorating and I like design, so like I could see how that could seep into my brain. But Arizona's family, some of it is Catholic. I don't even know. Like, I don't know for sure. I'm not Catholic. I'm Christian. But my friend Abby was like, oh yeah, I didn't like them. They kept talking about how it was like an abomination that you were living here because you're so un-Catholic, and how they said that since you had such a long-term boyfriend, because me and Jake have been dating for almost a year and a half, they're like, since you've been dating your boyfriend so long, that you were definitely using birth control. And I was like, in my dream, I was like, how rude! Like, that is so mean. And definitely not on birth control, but not an issue. So, and like, I definitely know Catholics who use birth control, but that's besides the point. I was just like appalled. I was like, are you kidding me? How rude. This woman comes into my house and tears it apart and then calls me like an abomination and unchristian-like and thinks I'm on birth control. So that was my really weird dream. Hope you enjoyed. I always have really vivid dreams because I always wake up in the middle of them and I remember like the entirety of the dream. I know there was something going on before this like apartment dream, and it had something to do with me being on vacation or like being in a hotel, but I can't remember anything else than that, because I usually feel like I have like dreams like they just kind of continue while I'm asleep, and I can remember that I was dreaming before the dream that I will remember. But this is not even the weirdest dream I've had. Like, I think I don't know, I've had 2 really scary dreams. Actually, now that I think about it, 3. But one of them, I think I had, like, not a night terror during, but, like, maybe more like sleep paralysis. It was, like, really late at night or early in the morning. Jake and I, Yeah, we were dating. We had just barely been dating, probably like less than a month. And he missed the last train because we didn't realize that it wasn't like a weekend or something. I don't know. Certain days the trains don't run as late, and we missed the last one and we didn't realize it. So the next one wasn't until 4, and I was like, well, you're not spending the night. But then I got really sleepy, and I was like, I have to take a nap. Like, I'm gonna fall asleep. But I'm taking you home at 4 a.m. or taking you to the train at least. And I fell asleep, and I had fans in my bedroom because it was still really hot. It was like near summer, probably August or September, sophomore year. And I fell asleep, and as I was waking up, I was aware that I was like waking up and aware that I was sleeping, but I could feel somebody, like, I was sleeping on my side, and I could feel somebody like kind of behind me on my bed. So if I'm like laying, it was like here. I couldn't see them. I like felt a presence, and this was a dream. I could feel breathing, and I could feel like somebody saying my name, and I was aware enough to know that like Jake was next to me. I was in my bedroom, like I was waking up, but I felt like there's somebody like trying to get my attention, but I knew, like, and I was aware that my eyes were closed, but I knew I couldn't look at them. That if I looked at them, something bad was gonna happen, that they were gonna be scary, but that like I couldn't open my eyes. Right? Really kind of creepy. And it was like a sucking noise, like almost kind of like a dementor. And as I was waking up, after I woke up, it was very clear that this noise was my fan. But I remember in my sleep trying to be like, I need to do something ridiculous. Like, if I can move my body, I need to do something that will let Jake know that he needs to wake me up. And I remember trying to like roll, and in particular, like if my arm is my leg laying, I remember trying to just stick my leg straight up because that would be really bizarre to do in a dream or as I was sleeping. And he did finally wake me up, and I was like, oh. And I was like, did I raise my leg? And he was like, no, but you were just shaking. Ugh. But yes, so I have a very vivid dreams, and actually that's kind of a funny story because I was like freaking out because I'd never had like sleep paralysis or like a night terror before. And Jake told me he loved me that night. That was kind of funny. I did not say it back to him for like 2 weeks. Some great girlfriend. But yeah, he was like holding me, and he was like, Anna, and I was like, don't say it, Jake. And he's like, well, I'm gonna. So I'm gonna leave you on that note, that great note, and yeah.